Matthew Barnaby played 834 NHL games. That's a lot, you know, with the Sabres, Penguins, Lightning, Rangers, Avs, Blackhawks, and Stars. And Barney joins us from, I assume, Ottawa today. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm just leaving the cottage, in a few minutes. I feel like a Western boy shoveling all this snow, and I'm very jealous, Rod. I should be at that casino attending. That's my era. That's our era of the concerts that are going to be going on there. So I'm very, very jealous. I'll be in Edmonton, Alberta in a month or two, so I'll definitely be making a trip down to that casino.
Barney, we're having the best time. We're going to hockey games every night. They're treating us like gold. It's an absolute dream. Can you please take me through the last 10 days of your life as it relates to Sean Avery? What is up?
Yeah, I was pretty happy doing the Rod Pedersen show once in a while, doing my Bet 99 stuff, taking care of my kids. And then this idiot has to sign with the Orlando Solar Bears. And I was very, very, like I said, happy in retirement. I'm very comfortable in my own skin and how I left it and where I am, and certainly not ready to go back and play professional hockey in any capacity. But my despair, my hatred for Sean Avery got the best of me. And when I saw that he signed in Orlando, it was a chance to finally get what I really wanted. I've challenged him to a boxing match before on Rough and Rowdy with Barstool Sports. He has declined. He's called me fat, a swollen sponge, and I thought this was a chance that he wouldn't be able to avoid me. I signed with a team in that division. Unfortunately, it did not come to fruition as he was cut a couple days in, probably because George Laraque said he was going to come back and beat the crap out of him too, but it would have been fun. I can promise you that.
So how close were you? Obviously, I was on the edge of my seat, and I know that you can play, and I know that you can beat him up. How close do you want to divulge the team? Like, okay, why did he get cut 2 days after they signed him? What happened there? And again, so how did that affect your life?
Yeah, I can't speak for the Orlando Solar Bears, but I had seen him skate a few weeks earlier, so I wasn't very worried about keeping up with Sean Avery, as it didn't look very pretty. And I try to keep myself in the best shape I can. And once I saw that he might be coming back, obviously I amped that up to an absolute whole level, trying to train 3 times a day and putting this 48-year-old body through rigorous workouts, which normally consists of just watching TV. How close was I? I was pretty close. It was one of 3 teams in that division. I don't want to really say the teams because I don't think it's fair to some of the guys that, you know, that maybe that team was looking at me to come in. And it wasn't for me to take a spot from any of the young guys or anything of that nature. It would have been a 10th forward. I probably would have played a couple shifts in that game, and hopefully that would have ended in a couple fights with Sean. So I'm guessing he just wasn't good enough. He wasn't fast enough. But yes, it was very close. I was talking to 3 teams and it was more of schedule that made sense, because I only wanted to sign for a team that it was going to sell out their building at home. That's why it made sense for them to sign me, revenue-based thing, and create some excitement, I think. But it was all about schedules that it was coming down to, when I could play him and when it would be at home for that team.
Well, the interesting thing, Barney, just so you know the Western Canadian perspective of this whole thing, I'm out here in Calgary, and I've gone to NHL, WHL, Junior A, university hockey games. What do you think they were talking about? This! And people quite often have said to me, "Do you follow Sean Avery on Twitter? Did you see what he said?" I said, "No, I don't follow Sean Avery. I don't care what Sean Avery has to say." Matthew Barnaby, different story. So I was following it all through what you had going on. So I guess enough about that. Other than, I guess a lot of people are disappointed because they wanted to see it. Are you disappointed that this didn't happen?
I am. Again, there's not many people I dislike in this world, and I've never met Sean Avery, to tell you the truth. I've challenged him when we played. I know a lot of people. I played in Dallas. He played in Dallas. I played in New York. He played in New York. I know a lot of people that, work very hard for their living and have very tough jobs, whether it's trainers, people at the arenas, and just from people that I've heard from that aspect, doesn't treat people very well. And I don't have time for that. And when you don't treat friends of mine I'm always going to be loyal, and I thought this might have been the chance. And it's funny you say that, because I don't follow Sean Avery on any social media. I don't have time for him, but I was following Orlando Solar Bears and saw that this came across the line. And my girlfriend was actually sleeping right beside me, and I was like patting her head saying, I'm going back to play in the East Coast Hockey League. I just said I would sign with anyone in this division to fight Sean Avery. And she woke up and didn't remember anything that I said. And then she said, did you say you're going back to play hockey, or did I dream it? I was like, no, I said I'm going back. She's like, well, let's talk about it a little bit more later. And then we started talking about it. So yes, it's all done. It's not going to come to fruition. But certainly it wasn't exciting and fun. And the most favorite thing I had from those couple of days was seeing fans, engaged, but also players that I played with, players that I played against, referees, just all with their hatred for Sean Avery. So that made it even more special.
Well, at least you know how loved you are, Barney, and confirmed how hated he is. Listen, the next time you come back, we'll talk about actual hockey stuff and playoff races and stuff. But I want to ask you this. Did you watch the Danbury Trashers documentary on Netflix of that UHL team? Did you see that?
I did. It was awesome. And actually, he's reaching out to me. I guess they're doing some fighting thing. And I just said, hey, I'm not, I hope this isn't because of what happened in the East Coast, but I'm not going to be doing this. I don't know if that's where you're going with this whole thing. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. I never knew the true story. I'd heard about them, but I never knew the true story. Great documentary on Netflix for anyone out there.
Well, when we were working in hockey at the time, and we all knew about the UHL, we knew about the team, but I never really realized. Yeah, I'm like, this actually happened. But anyways, Barney, I think you should go. I don't think you should fight, but I think you should go, because AJ Galante was on our show last week, and he talked about it. He was, I mean, you were playing in the NHL when they had that one in Prince George. It was near the end of your career. It was 2006. It was like this Battle of the Blades. They have the figure skating now that Kelly Chase and Theo are in, but it was fighting. So it's an ultimate fighting championship for hockey. I think you should at least go and judge or something, would you do that?
I would. Yeah, I would love to be a part of it. And like I said, I was a big fan of the series, and anyone that wants to get in any ring, it's their, it's their right. And I think it would be fun for them. I'm not fighting. I'm 49 years old. Like I said, I had one fight left in me. It was for Sean Avery. But to be a part of it, I think would be very cool. And I love what he did. I love what they did. They're beloved. They're beloved by their fans, beloved by any player that ever played with them. I think John Moraski is going to be one of the judges. I think there's a few other guys, but I'd love to be a part of it if they'd have me, for sure.
Well, maybe they need a broadcast team. Speaking of weird dreams, I had a dream that you and I were broadcasting an NLL game, a National Lacrosse League game. I never told you. Weirdest thing ever. It was. I
didn't know where you're going with your dream there, but that's the best dream that I could have imagined coming out of your mouth there, buddy.
Could have been worse. Barney, thanks for the visit. So sorry I won't see you back on the Blades again. I was looking forward to it, but it was fun to follow. And thanks for coming on today.
I'll see you out there soon in Western Canada, and stay safe, everyone. Cheers.
We'll be here. The great Matthew Barnaby joining us from the cottage country. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of The Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.